Wow. Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Welcome to my channel. Hope I'm not breaking up. Things seem to be lagging a bit, a little crazy in the internet this morning, and I feel as though I'm freezing off and on. So we will see. Let's turn on the chat if I can even. There we go. What was housed in here was last week's chat. Um, we will see. Things just aren't quite working like we want them to all the time. Really, kind of like life, right? Coffee this morning, love more. Can't be a better message than that. It's going to be very hot here again today, so I've already gotten up this morning and created 12 snack bites for my carnivore. It's been ketovore. I'm on the precipice of going strict carnivore just now to see some of the residual stuff, see if that doesn't go away without having the cream that I've had and the artificial sweeteners. That's really the thing I think that needs to go just to see. Oh, and the tea. I've been drinking lots of Thai tea, and it turns out Thai tea, well, all teas have a fair amount of oxalates. And I was thinking that I probably didn't have that issue where I was shedding oxalates, but there's a couple things that are going on physically that make me think maybe that can go away if I take away all the really fun stuff that I've been doing, which the whole idea of actually feeling better is fun enough. So I'm going to effort in that direction. If I don't reply to your comments this morning, it's because last week's comments or the Friday's comments are still there, so I may not see them. But it's been a wild ride. Yeah, craziness going on still. More, maybe, around our country, around the world. You're looking good. Thank you, Julia. Well, now I do know where it starts today. Thank you for the comment because with all the other comments still there, it's hard for me to tell. So we are in it, folks. We are under the gun, under the circumstances, being affected by so many different things. And so this is my birthday week. This week I turned 68, and I have learned to actually allow celebration that's coming from me, much like other areas of my life most of the time is the best chameleon. Whatever do you need me to be? If acknowledgement, awards, good things came because I brought them up, they didn't count. An example of that: in high school, I received many awards because I was a goddamn good student and I was active and I was good at things. None of them did I think I was worthy of if I applied for the award. Just, an example of how we injure ourselves, how we propagate injuries, and how we carry them with us. It is time to have compassion on ourselves. It is, and we really can't. It's like, love your neighbor as yourself. I've said it before. We're doing a really good job of that in the world because look at the state of the world. We're never taught to love ourselves. It is really time for us to go into ourselves, give ourselves the compassion we want to give the world. Because if we don't have compassion for ourselves, and that's not victimhood, that's not going, yeah, I can't do anything because, life's been really hard on me. Like, suck it up. It's been hard on all of us. When you stand in your power, you look for the lesson and the growth and what was there for you in those circumstances. And you glean that, then you can let those go and you can move forward. And so I mentioned the birthday because I'm intending to have a very playful week. And unicorns, I learned recently, had a unicorn guide. Never even considered it. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. Never even considered the unicorns, other than my 5-year-old granddaughter loves them. And so we played with them a fair amount. When I was doing an energy healing session on someone, another lady came in who I didn't know, had never seen before. And she said to me, "So that was really lovely. Can you tell me about the unicorns that are with you and that white buffalo?" And I knew about, or I had received the information before that I was white buffalo calf woman. And I said, okay, I'm willing to bring through that energy, whatever that looks like. But I'd never heard about the unicorn. And so I recently got a deck of unicorn cards. And here is the overarching message: your personal unicorn, bathe in pure love, stop or step upon, step. Let's try that again. If I put my glasses on, it'd be a lot easier, but I'm just that stubborn. Stay open to unicorn magic. Stay open. You know, there's this cartoon that my granddaughter introduced me to called Unicorn Academy. I love Unicorn Academy, and we've been watching that because they have these magical powers, unicorn magic. And unicorn magic is always high vibe, always in favor of uh, bringing more love, light, and ease into the world. So I invite you to consider how you can bring more open unicorn magicness into your life. Be open to magic, the possibilities, the fun, the miracles, because we are the miracle. We are the way things come through. We're creating, we're bringing through. So, the next unicorn card that wanted to come up is creative solutions. Think outside the box. Okay, I'm going to put on my glasses. Uh, View things from a higher perspective. And that observer perspective, again, when we get in the weeds, ask to be shown the observer perspective, that higher perspective of what is going on, getting above that, all those trees, so you can see the forest. It is a very powerful way to walk through the world because uh, we can then see the bigger picture. We can very much get caught in the weeds on a regular basis if we're not careful. So now let's bring in some dragon energy. We've got unicorns, we've got dragons. People may not think of dragons as playful, but for the love of dragons is very playful. Be the receiver. This is the message for me this week. Be the receiver of lovely wishes from people, good tidings, um, funness for no reason other than fun. This weekend, this weekend, my friend Diane alerted me. Well, Sheila alerted me to the gem show at the fairgrounds, which I'd never been to. And then I ended up going with Diane, which was lovely. But I was looking for grounding stones because spacey as hell is how I would be describing myself often these days. So look at this beautiful blue eyed raven, very much a grounding stone. And I, as you might have expected, got a few others. Bought myself a birthday present. That this was one of them, and then a couple other stones, but some grounding stones to employ the different tools I have to keep myself grounded so that I am in this world with a higher perspective, but not so spacey, as they used to say, that I'm no earthly good. So this week, I'm going to receive, the full moon. I feel like it's a gift to me. The full moon is on my birthday. It is a Sagittarius full moon. Sagittarius is my moon sign. So this is very much a moon all about me, for me. And I'm choosing that. And I'm taking that and running with it because what it is it's finally an opening up, a receiving, a coming to fruition of all the things that we've been working on, very much a high vibe energy. And so all my crystals, which there are a lot, are going out under this full moon and receiving that high vibe energy because I can do that. And I choose to have fun. I always choose to have fun. Am I always having fun? No, but I'm always choosing it because that means I will get what I needed from the maybe less than fun times and choose to move forward more quickly. If I sit and spin and whine about all that's going on in life at any given point, I just keep creating more of that and I stay in that very not fun vortex. If I go, okay, what did I bring this into my field for? What can I learn here? How can I grow with this? Then I get that information because I am the creator of this field as well. And I get to move forward and I grow and I expand. The next card that comes up is the Temptress. We're going to read on that one because I think this is the first time I've drawn this card. I mean, the obvious is that there's something that's going to tempt us, but let's see what the beautiful Angie Sullins wanted to say about the Temptress. Thought was important for us to know. You will be tempted, and discernment is what you need most right now in order to determine if the opportunity is one that lifts you to new heights or drops you to earth drained and depleted. Again, it is important that we are doing us, and the Temptress is about discernment. Is this a path for me? Do I want to go down this? Is this something that I need to follow in my life? When an opportunity looks delicious and is dressed up as too good to be true, it's your job to investigate. And it's really important because so many of us face or walk with the energy of unworthiness, that and all the fear energy that's put out there about, don't get yourself ripped off, don't, use your wisdom, tap into your higher power team, really discern about something that comes in front of you. What can happen, what I started to say, with those of us who have carried unworthy energy so deeply ingrained within us, is that something can come up and we will look at it for all the reasons that it cannot be good like it's promoted to be. We do want to do discernment, but we also want to understand that there are other things that can stop us from really stepping into an incredible opportunity. So it's your job to investigate. Sometimes the too good is indeed true, and you need to take the temptress by the hand and follow where she leads, no matter how fearful or overwhelming the situation seems. And again, this full moon is bringing to us so much of what we've wanted to live in and live like right now. And are we able to accept that? Or are we deciding it's too good to be true and we're going to let it pass us by? And follow where she leads, no matter how fearful or overwhelming the situation seems. Other times, you would be better off to say no and cleave to your current commitments. Use all your senses to test this moment, including your keen sense of discernment. So, the Temptress really is all about discernment. It is you understanding the truth about you and what is true for you and good for you. Um, Jack, lay down. My dog came in and he often wants to be here when I'm working with people or doing readings, and he decided he needed to get up. The Ice Bringer is the next card. Again, this is kind of a dark card. I'm having a hard time even seeing. Oh, there's definitely feathers around this guy's head here. And there's his face. I couldn't even see that. The Ice Bringer. Sometimes that's a slowdown. Sometimes that's a cool down time. Let's see what Angie Sullins has to say about the Ice Bringer. The gift of ice is stillness. The cold has the power to suspend, to hold, to freeze until it is time to act. There is a protection in suspended animation. Now is your opportunity to embrace the power of the colder, more protective dimensions. So this is, we really want to live our truth, but there are the times like now when we want to just sit, feel through, look at quietly what is going on in our life, what is going on in the world around us, feeling into what is true and what is not true. I often have a very different perception of what's going on in our country than others that I play with do. I often don't speak those perceptions because, number one, it's not going to produce peace or acceptance or love. And that is what I'm always striving to produce more of. Am I always successful? No. We are not always anything. We are dichotomies. We are pieces parts. We are the possibilities. And then the Wild Woman card, Wild Woman Rising card, wants us to know, take your peace. This is really, this isn't wishing, hoping, whining for it. It is take your peace, Peace. It could also be Piece. Take your peace. This is all about you. This is you continually bringing yourself into a place of self acceptance, self love, self healing, self regulation. Many of the tools I've given through the years are about this, regulating your energy. I choose. I'm open, willing, and ready. Guide me. These are tools to move forward with. We can always reach out to others to help, but we cannot rely on them to do the work for us. It needs to come from within us. Are you hiding from the world and being withdrawn and being decisive that this is all you need to do? Maybe that is your truth for now. And that's what this is about. Take your peace. Do your work during this peace time. Clear your energies, cut away contracts, take a class that's going to help you understand more how to do your own energy work, and be that worker for yourself. So the next Wild Woman Rising card is remember your innocence. This is such a beautiful card. Remember your innocence. We are only guilty of trying to always be the highest version of ourselves. And often it is done in error. And that it's like parents are always doing the very best they know how. Sometimes that is horrible from the receiver's side, from an outside world's view, but it is all they've had to work with. I know my parents did the very best they knew how. It was not always enough. My stepmother was always doing the best she knew how, and I received a great deal at her hands because of that. I also received some wounding at her hands and from my mother's hand and from my father's hands in the process, but they were always doing the best they could. The others in your life are not to blame for how you feel about yourself. This is a choice you continually make. I'm just too fragile. I really can't handle much. I don't have what it takes. That is a choice you constantly make. This constant belief system. I'm just too fragile. My mental state is not very strong. You've been told that, you've successfully used that. It has paid off for you throughout life. It's time to go, I think I'm going to choose strength now and resilience and she who never gives up. This is a card I was given and a friend brought. She was also doing that. I've tried so many things and failed. So have I. Failed at filling retreats, failed at being prosperous in a retreat that I took to Guatemala a couple of years ago. It cost me a lot of money. There was absolutely growth in that retreat for me and for the participants, but it wasn't successful in the moving forward, holding more retreats thing, unless I chose to never give up. I could focus on that one failure. I've had a couple of retreats since then that have been fairly prosperous. Not what they will be, but I didn't lose money. And so I call that a win. I am not giving up because that really is my passion. What are some of the tools you can use? The daily energy routine. creativity, doing, drawing, doodling, just bringing through. I make the feather earrings, I draw mandalas. It's all about me. The feather earrings can be sold. I currently only have one place to sell them, and I have lots of earrings. So, what does that look like for you? What kind of creative thing can you do that's going to soothe your soul? Because that's the important thing. Go be, never give up, go beyond limits. When you think you can't go any further, take another step. I'm going to try one more thing. I mean, again, if I'd given up Guatemala after Guatemala and that retreat, I wouldn't have had these amazing last retreats that I've held, uh, and got to know amazing women who have brought so much to my life and that I've grown with and grown because of. So the last unicorn card today is new opportunities. And this is what's coming up for us and why we want discernment. Declutter your life, glimpse a magical doorway. When you clear away clutter, you can see the possibilities in front of you. What do you need to declutter? For some of it's our minds, it's our thoughts, it's our self beliefs, it's how we've walked through the world thinking we weren't quite all that and a bag of chips. I have news for you. You are all of that and a bag of chips. You might just need to uncover it just a little bit to know a little bit more. And the likelihood is, I mean, we're never going to have that whole end picture. Life is about learning and growing. It is being willing to keep walking forward, regardless of the walls we've looked at, had to go through, or around. Be your own advocate. Take care of you because you doing you benefits the entire world. Think we are complete for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle.